Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Embroidery Hub, and I'm really excited for today's episode because I'm going to be creating a mixed media masterpiece for you guys. In this episode, you guys are going to see a start to finish process of heat transfer applique using glitter flake heat transfer vinyl. Before we get started, as usual, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. All of the love that you guys have shown our channel has really helped us grow to almost 30,000 subscribers. So please continue the support to help us keep going and growing. All right, so let's just jump right into the episode and talk about what we're going to be using for today's project. As you guys know, I'm going to be creating a mixed media design. This is going to be a heat transfer applique. So I'm actually using heat transfer vinyl. As you guys can see here, this is the glitter flake heat transfer vinyl. I picked this up at Stalls. And then I have my scissors right here just to cut my heat transfer material. And then I just have a regular light polyester shirt. What I really like about this heat transfer vinyl method is that there's no actual cutting. It's just all going to be ripped away, which I really enjoy because we all know it does take extra time, especially if we don't have a cutter, when we are creating applique. So in reality, this could be the quickest way to pump out mixed media designs, embroidery and heat transfer designs on a t-shirt like this. These thin polyester t-shirts are usually just so thin that it's hard to actually embroider a full embroidery design across the front of the shirt. It's just going to be way too heavy and it's just not going to drape nicely. So this is a really great alternative that does not require any cutting. It's just gonna be the fastest way to pump out these projects. So I would personally use the glitter flake vinyl for applications like cheer, color guard, basically any spirit wear, as well as any phrases or sayings that you want to embroider across the front of a t-shirt. Today's design is going to be somewhat of a subtle Valentine's Day theme. I'm actually planning on making a fishing shirt with this. I'm going to actually do some heat transfer vinyl up on the top to create some nice lettering, and then on the back in a future episode I'm going to sublimate on the back of this garment, so please do look out for that. Now, speaking of sublimation and heat transfer vinyl, I just wanted to quickly go over some of the differences. With sublimation, you're limited to working with light colored garments, which is why I chose this light colored garment, because in the back of it, I do want to apply a sublimation heat transfer. Now with heat transfer vinyl, you can actually transfer this onto any color garment. And the reason being is because it's just the actual vinyl that is being transferred onto the garment. Something else I really like about heat transfer vinyl is that you can actually successfully transfer vinyl onto 100% polyester or 100% cotton, whereas with sublimation, you're a little bit more limited. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and hoop up my garment. This is a polyester garment, so I'm gonna go ahead and take measures against the usual mishaps that could happen with polyester embroidery. When you're embroidering on polyester, you can run into issues like puckering. You can even get a hole in your garment if you're not using the right needle. You can get loss of registration if you're not stabilized properly. So let's go ahead and hoop it up. I'm gonna give you some tips along the way, but do look out for our next episode, which is going to be all about polyester embroidery and how to avoid any issues that come with it. So this is a polyester garment. So when I hoop, I'm gonna go ahead and take the usual measures that I would. So I went ahead and switched to a 7511 ballpoint needle, and now I have my 2 sheets of no-show cutaway. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and hoop up with the fabric. Alrighty, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and trace my design and press start, and the machine is actually going to stitch out a placement line so that I can know exactly where to place my vinyl. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and peel back the glitter flake. And all I have to do now is just place it on right side up. And just to make sure it is really flat, I'm actually just going to grab a little bit of temporary adhesive spray. I'm gonna spray it away from the garment. And I'm just gonna go ahead and lay that flat now. And this adhesive spray is amazing, amazing for appliquing and making sure you get a really nice flat finish. So now I'm gonna go ahead and press start, and I'm actually going to take my machine off of automatic manual because now I can go ahead and let it run until the very end of the design. All right, so what I love about this is that you can actually rip it away because the satin stitch right here is going to basically help it cut right off. You see that? It is so, so easy. This is my favorite, oops. This is my favorite way of doing applique. But I'm just gonna go ahead and finish ripping it off outside of the embroidery machine. Alrighty, so now I am done with the embroidery part of it. It was very, very easy. Now I'm actually just going to insert my shirt into my heat press. That way I can permanently adhere the vinyl to the garment. And this is just going to be our most permanent and fastest way of doing applique. Another pro tip for embroidering polyester, since this polyester, if you do happen to get a little bit of pinching and puckering, the heat from the heat press is actually going to help alleviate that. So that's always a good thing to know. So I went ahead and set my heat press at 15 seconds. I have it at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Anywhere between 320 to 330 is good for this type of heat transfer vinyl. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and place my parchment paper over the shirt to go ahead and protect the shirt and the stitches. Bring it in, and I'm going to shut it. Now be careful. Don't remove the parchment paper unless you have nails like this. That won't allow you to touch it with your skin. So as you can see, if there was any puckering, it is completely eliminated with the heat press, which is one of my favorite uses for a heat press when you have an embroidery machine. And as you can see, the vinyl actually flattened out. And once it's flattened out, I know that it has adhered to the garment. All right, so before I show you guys the finished product, I wanted to show you guys an amazing birthday present that I got from Guillermo. He is our media specialist, one of the amazing videographers behind Embroidery Hub. Not this episode specifically, but many of them. And I just thought this was so, so sweet. I wanted to share it with you guys because it's just a bunch of thumbnails from my whole Embroidery Hub history. And it actually goes from earliest to latest, which I think is very, very sweet. So thank you so much, Guillermo. This is the sweetest present that I could ever ask for. I love it. Of course, it's the best present because it has me all over it. So who wouldn't love that? So this is the finished product. It is nice and smooth without any puckering. I'm extremely happy with how it came out. And I'm really, really excited to go ahead and apply a sublimation heat transfer on the back with a little fish on it. And it's just such a great like Valentine's Day fishing trip. It's nice when you live in Miami and you like to go fishing. I don't like to go fishing, but I just thought it would be cute. Alrighty, so that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you back here in the next episode. Thank you. Oops, I almost forgot to mention our Facebook group, Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery. I went ahead and linked it below. Go ahead and join if you have any questions or you just want to share your knowledge. Join the group, and I'll see you there.